What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy.
Big D!
Right here on the Woodward Sports Network. I am your new president, Neal Rule. My secret service here as I give my first addressing of the nation as the new president of Detroit Sports Media Association. My fellow Detroit sports media fans, I, your president, Neal Rule, want to just say one thing to you. Ask not what you can do for Detroit sports media, but what can Detroit sports media do for you? And that is why we are here. And it is my honor, my distinct honor, to serve the Detroit sports media as one entity as I bring unity to Detroit sports media here for you, the fans, and for everybody that is a Detroit sports fan. Thank you. Thank you to my Secret Service for making me feel safe, and we are happy to be at it. Welcome back, everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Rule, that guy, DMac, Darren McCarty, holding everybody in check.
They don't know the heat you bring being the prez, but you know what? Congratulations. We saw a great picture of you and Uncle Terry Foster yesterday. The chat thread was enamored with Terry's blouse. Which was very festive. So he's getting ready for Christmas season, obviously. But props to you, brother. Couldn't happen to a better person. And
thank you.
I can't wait to see. So how does that work? How does it term?
Well, the first thing I did was secure my advisor, Darren McCarty, as my president of the golf cabinet.
Yes.
At the Detroit Sport. That was my very first move upon being moved in as president.
It actually was. First thing I said is congratulations, and you said June golf tournament or July golf tournament. I said we'll get it on the calendar. So there, see, priorities are in order for the president.
Absolutely. Big Mike Gentry here in the house.
Yo.
Pete Spivak, by the way, on the ones and twos. And look at that. He's a loyal supporter. He's a loyal voter right there. He's got his Detroit Sports Media T-shirt on. What's up, Pete? How are you, man?
I praise you. Congratulations, wise one.
I'm not your king. I'm not your god.
I'm not worthy.
I'm just your president.
Doing well. Thanks. Nice to join you boys today.
Yeah. It's good to have you with us. Paul Thomas, DMac's Secret Service in the back, looking for Brendan Katz.
Listen, yes, speculation because Katz, he signed up. We have a media pass, but he didn't show up.
We're using the facial recognition software within 3 miles of the Woodward Sports compound here in Birmingham too. It will automatically trigger and let you know. I did get the SUV that has been bulletproofed. We are ready to go. The driver is out there right now. It's
actually double bulletproof for your safety, sir. Yes.
DMac will be jogging alongside of it the whole way back to Washington Township.
They did. Listen, but they did put that little step ladder on the back. Just so I could...
he'll be back there.
We will have no incidents.
Jump into
we will have no Dallas incidents on my watch.
Absolutely. New guy Kenny here in the house as well. He's lurking in the back. But yeah, we're going to do it here today. Certainly have a lot of football stuff to get to, a lot of Detroit Lions stuff, a lot of Detroit Lions news as well. Jump into that woodwardsports.com chat thread as well. Like Detroit Dabber 313 with the big what up, doe. Pete Smith with the what up. Big Play J. What up, doe? What up, doe, everybody? Happy to have you. Tammy Chin, thank you for the kind words. Yes, happy to be the president of Detroit Sports Media Association. I guess it was just my turn. Mike G. Neal, why was Terry dressed like Theo Huxtable in that photo?
That's exactly what it was. Yes, the Huxtable's Christmas back in like '89, around the Christmas tree. Because Terry's got style. That's the answer to that.
Max Mayer, Neal, how is that presidential run going for you? Was your campaign phrase 2 furnaces but 1 nation? Yes. It is my goal as president of Detroit Sports Media to have everyone with 2 furnaces.
Truth. No lies detected there, brother.
Yes, we're in, we're doing it. Ad's 411. And I wanted to ask the people this, and I'll get to this after this, the basketball portion of the show here on a Big Lions Day. And Spencer not here today. My understanding is he's in the tat shop, right? The tattoo shop. the tattoo shop, right? That's where he's at?
Yes.
Any confirmation of the rumor he's getting the 16 on his cheek?
No confirmation on that yet.
Any confirmation to the rumor he's getting the face of Dan Campbell on his inner thigh?
No confirmation for that either.
Okay, we'll see if he's a man of his word. But yeah, Spencer not here, which is too bad, but yet convenient timing, DMac. Michigan State falls behind double digits off the rip. And they get cooked yesterday in the end. Michigan lost at home as well, DMac. What the hell's going on around here?
You tell me. You're the basketball guy. The college looks like the doldrums of basketball in the state right now, professional and college. I don't know, Neal. You tell me. Other than Oakland, Oakland's on fire, aren't they?
Yeah,
is Oakland the team in the state now? Is that what we're saying?
Well, we'll find out on the 18th, I guess. Even we wore it a little bit on Saturday.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, Purdue Fort Wayne was 17 of 26 from three. 17 of 26
That's
from
insane.
three.
They missed 9.
I'd never seen anything like it before.
Oh, is that a lot?
I'd never seen anything like it before. 68% from three.
Oh, that's a lot. Yeah. No.
But
I don't know. Maybe it's just this cloud. Maybe everybody was so shocked that you got hired as president that what I mean.
It shook the markets.
It shook the markets. But what is this mean? Does this mean is the rest of the Big Ten in basketball down? When we talk about the Big Ten,
they've been down, DMac.
But when we talk Big Ten in football, right? And I'm not
They're
just
down.
talking local teams. I'm talking talent all throughout. It is down. I mean, is this more the norm?
I don't know. I've been on this for a minute. The basketball talent in Detroit is not what it once was. I mean, if you look at the PSL and stuff like that, you look at Mr. Basketballs. Detroit certainly had its glory days in terms of high school players, and I think we've kind of seen a downturn in that a little bit.
Am I wrong? Or to me, from my perspective, and everybody understanding that like basketball's sort of like I pay attention, but it's sort of there.
Distant,
But
yeah.
but our expectations of what the Pistons season was going to be like, isn't it the same thing? Like Spenny, didn't he just say, at least I got Sparty basketball?
His words, championship or bust.
Didn't he say, at least I got Sparty basketball in his
he
start?
did say
so
that.
Am I wrong to say that the Spartans basketball reminds me of the Pistons basketball?
Those are good comps right now.
Okay.
I think versus expectations.
That's what versus expectations, because that's what I'm hearing. So what does that mean? That means, the only way out is through, bud.
I guess so.
Got to work hard. I mean, obviously shooting, right? I mean, that's the common denominator throughout, whether it's the Pistons, Wolverines, or Sparties, is all I hear is shooting, 3 for 26 from downtown or something like that. So how do you fix that, Neal? I don't know. Shoot. Get in the gym more, I guess.
There's a bit of this too. Mike M. Benton Harbor used to be a good area. That used to be a really good area too, low key.
So are they going the other way? Are they going to Illinois? Or are they going? It's
a great
Benton
question.
Harbor going west instead of east?
I do notice that when I'm doing Big Ten games, like when Oakland plays Big Ten teams, I have, if memory serves, there were a couple of Benton Harbor area kids. I think one was on Illinois. I could be wrong with
Maybe
that.
that's something like as you're going around doing the games, is just look down the rosters of how maybe more you see. It's maybe a regional thing. Maybe you're losing a lot of these Michigan basketball players that before would stay in the state.
Well, I think it's as a whole too. And look, Max Mayer's onto something with this. College basketball talent, as the pool has regressed. The blue blood days are gone. Who are the 5-star kids or even lottery picks this year? Max, that's a good point, because when we did the Pistons, the first mock draft for the Detroit Pistons, remember we spun the simulator and did it, and the Pistons got the number 1 overall pick, and we're like, who? And it's true, because you've seen this now with kids going to the G League. All the good players are in the G League now.
Or where did Stuart
Overseas.
Thompson? Overseas? No, that's the second.
No.
Or development. Where do we get Stuart Thompson?
The G League guy.
So that's G League. So like where they don't
developmental
skip
league,
college,
yeah.
right? So
Yeah, they don't go to college anymore.
Depleting the pool.
Because why would you? Why? I
Well,
mean,
if you can get paid.
But you're getting, if you go to the G League and play, you're getting $500,000.
That's what I'm saying. Is that there's options that weren't before, and again, the one and done, all these different things. I mean, the landscape of how they make to the NBA. But again, look at what we're here in Detroit, right? one of the younger rosters. Is a record because we're suffering because guys aren't developed as much as they used to be by the time they got in the league? I got to think there's something to it.
No, I think there is. BMG, I wanted to ask you this.
What up?
You locked into this NBA midseason tournament?
Yeah, I did yesterday a little bit. I've
noticed
the Red
that.
Wings games. I big KD fan, so I watch the Suns games.
Okay. I have noticed it, and it's a lot like the play-in games for the playoffs where people are like, "Oh, that's stupid." But when I leave, you'll be watching again. Like they say it's stupid, but then they one by one they kind of trickle in and watch.
I really don't get the format of it. Well, I didn't at first, but as the games have gone on, and especially last night as they're leading up to these championship games, I was locked in, and they kept the starters in every single game till the end throughout these games. So
and they were going at it too.
Yeah. So, I mean, that Kevin Durant, LeBron James, can't beat it. That was a fire-ass game.
And they got the floors that look like it's from the Serbian league. The only thing missing is the flares inside.
I flipped that on, and I thought it was. I was like, wait, there's a game going on over in China or something. It looked like Serbia or whatever. It looked like Luka Doncic's videos that you saw him tearing up when he goes back over to Europe. But I'm glad. So, Mikey, you're talking about entertainment. The NBA is finding a way in the middle of the season
to get a hockey guy to tune in.
Tune in. Now, that was, let everybody know, after the Red Wings victory, correct?
Yes.
Thank you. Of course.
Which was a huge dub by the boys. They held on.
Huge dub, led by their fearless leader, but we'll talk about it.
It was funny because I heard everybody, and looking at social media and stuff like that, I never felt like they were in danger of losing that game. Never. I never felt that way.
No, I didn't either. I mean, even watching it and seeing how it. So it's the bend but don't break. And look at what is the one thing if you're gonna, and you know what, we talk about this, but if you break down the Wings season, they don't have a problem scoring goals. Right. The one thing is, and you've seen them do it, Neal, where you realize that is you have to stop those comebacks. They've let teams come back from not just two. The 2-goal lead's the worst lead in hockey, right? How many times you heard that? Well, now the Red Wings, the 3-goal lead is. Yeah. So the fact is, they just, but here's the one thing, because you saw that it could have been 7 or 8 with breakaways and stuff like this. So they got to know how to finish it off, how to put teams down. I mean, they did kill they didn't make it easy on themselves.
Still took the
but this will help them because they're learning. I look at this Red Wing team, and they're not where we were when we started winning championships, but we had to get through this. We used to always say Chinese fire drill at the end of the game, last minute. Right? So they'll start to make it easier on themselves. They have to realize they don't need to do this. When they get up 4-0, sure, this is the NHL, the other teams can score, but they got to make it sort of easier on themselves. But again, at the end of the day, results-driven league. And if you look at those standings right now, Mikey, where are the Detroit Red Wings?
Let me give you some context. Yeah.
Second in
31 points.
Yes.
And let me give you some context on that, BMG. They are, as a matter of fact, 4 points clear of the Lightning, the Tampa Bay Lightning, with 2 games in hand. Yep. So, because we're more than a quarter way through this thing now.
To your point, they were 4 points with 3 games in hand last night, and they won that game. They got 2 points out of that game. Now it's imperative. San Jose struggled at the beginning of the season. They just came back from. I mean, the NHL today. Not to get sidetracked, but the NHL is about goals, and that 3-goal lead, teams will come back from a lot more times than they used to in the past. Yeah.
Red Wings have more points, and through the exact same number of games, more points than the Panthers, Toronto, and the Carolina Hurricanes. And the Hurricanes one was sobering to me. Because I hold the Hurricanes in a very, very high regard.
Those are all good teams.
Okay, here's where where I hold the Carolina Hurricanes. I think you're the same. They're the baseline, right, to the playoff team, because they're going to get in and we're going to be 5 or 6 or whatever like that. So what pace are they on? If you can continue the Carolina pace or be above that, and the teams that you said, again, do you remember coming back and when they went to Sweden and coming back off of the trip to Sweden where they got behind by 4 goals, were able to get a point out from Ottawa and then blew a 3-goal lead to Toronto and stuff like that? team meeting, Dylan Larkin, stuff like that, 6-1 since then. So props to Alex Lyon, too.
Yeah.
Every time he gets steps in net there, he takes that
damn
ball and
good.
rolls with it.
I'm just saying, like, pay attention to it, guys, because they deserve your attention.
Oh.
Yes.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
And by the way, guess who's being added to your lineup probably Thursday?
Patrick Kane.
The Kaner.
Arguably the greatest American-born player in NHL history.
So
arguably.
Thursday going forward, do we refer to him as, quote, Kaner, or is it still Patrick Kane?
You can call him whatever you want if he's scoring goals.
Yeah.
PK.
Okay.
Whatever he
PK
wants to be
88.
called. Just
Kaner.
So we've moved on from the whole Patrick Kane's pass thing now.
Neal,
now we're
did you
bricked
hear-
up, right? Now we
Guys.
are, because it's time to go.
I'm
Yep.
so excited. I
Yeah,
cannot
I
wait.
knew it.
I cannot
To
wait.
quote Jelly Roll, the windshield is bigger than the rear view for a reason.
you're
Let's go,
absolutely right.
PK88.
PK88. Tell them about Dispo. Let's go, D-Mac.
Absolutely. Oh, my gosh. PK88 and a little Dispo combo. Can't beat it. Experience Dispo Romeo team that curates an exclusive atmosphere mixed with fresh inventory for Michigan's largest variety of products. The first ever cannabis mall of its kind, conveniently located off of Van Dyke and 32 Mile Road in Romeo. Dispo Romeo is now open late night until midnight every day, except Sunday. Can it get any better than that? I think not. Dispo Dispensary, DispoShops.com, your local cannabis plug.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
Join Woodward Sports and Spenny's favorite long drink live every home game for the official Lions VIP tailgate. Easter Market, Shed 5, always a bash. Starts at 9:30 a.m. Be there or be square. The official tailgate is back and get treated like a VIP with Woodward Sports. Food, beverages, entertainment, all included. Get your tickets online, bullseyeeventgroup.com, or win some from Woodward Sports today. Subscribe to our YouTube, follow us on IG. Direct message, Lions VIP.
All right, we're off and running here. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network on a Wednesday. Neil Rule, D-Mac, Darren McCarty, new guy Kenny in the sound booth. Over there with Mike Gentry, Pete Krupski in the building as well. And I am your president of the Detroit Sports Media Association, Neil Rule. Thanks for the kind words about that, by the way. Wrapping up the Wings conversation before we get into a Lions thing that I really need to address. Dan Wood, thanks for bringing DeBrincat to Detroit, Neil. That was one of your presidential moments. You're welcome. I did speak that into existence.
No, I mean, it was one of your running. You wonder why people are asking.
I bring results.
Why you as the president? Well, there. One of your, would you say that was one of your higher campaigning points?
I would think so. That and the get right picks.
Yeah, want to tell everybody who's
For the people.
I don't think Pete's privy to either the get right. What is the get right again? We had
a big weekend.
Please tell them about, because, okay, as Neil tells you this story about David Montgomery in his 10th touchdown, I stood up when it was at the 1 yard line or two, and I announced, watch this go. The get right's going to be +4 to everybody out there. Yes, that might be your greatest, but the get right is officially because of this.
So we came into the weekend. We were 47-20, which is incredible, and I was getting criticized. I was scuffling a little bit. And I was 0 for my last 3. And what did I do? I went back to my roots.
Blame it all
I gave
on
you a
your
winner in the
roots.
Mountain West Championship game because, of course, I did with Boise State, and you didn't even have to sweat. Boise State, and then BMG and I can't take 100% credit on this. I did slap the reputation on it, though. BMG caught it. I agreed with it. David Montgomery, 10-plus touchdowns on the year, 4-1. We couldn't believe it. We couldn't believe that number was 4-1. We were so stunned, I attached a get right on it, put a unit on there. We got you back 4. So we were 47 and 20. We had a 5-unit weekend. Boom, you do the math. We are now 52 and 20, just like that. So you're welcome.
Hold on. 52 and 20 again. And so that people understand why you are the president. 52 and 20 puts you, 52 and 20 puts you at 72%, sir.
That's it, though, huh?
72%. You'd be living in the villas in Vegas right now.
DNC ENT. Well then, Neal, as president, can you bring a defensive tackle that isn't on prune juice and tapioca pudding in a retirement home? Oh, let's go Red Wings party. Not documented, doesn't count. You're right, it's not. Just go back and watch the shows. But no, I do want to bring that up. The Aleem McNeil situation. Look, that one hurts, no doubt. For me, it's probably the second best injury. And I have to lean on you guys here. Can you guys catch me up? What is the deal with Ragnow? I know he's out this week. Have they given a prognosis? Did they say what's what? Anybody know anything? Not yet, huh? Okay, not yet.
But with Ragnow, for him to go out during the game as tough as he is, and this is, to me, I'm leaning to a player that's more serious.
I would agree. I would agree, and that is my problem.
Whereas McNeil, if you were going to get an injury, this is probably, like you said, more the one that you want to get that you can bounce back from. So, what? But in the meantime, what are you going to do for replacement?
I don't know, because for the whole Saints caught up crowd, that game changed offensively the second Ragnow went out. Now, when it was down to time on it, when it was time to make a winning throw, 16 delivered the winning throw, and they got the first down and salted it away. But make no mistake, you could feel it, DMac. I sent a tweet out right when it happened, just to kind of like timestamp when it was, and you could see the change. The Ragnow thing is much more significant to me. However, the Aleem McNeil thing, and I heard this on a station this morning coming in, and I do this weird thing where I give the other people the credit. I don't just take it and act like I came up with it. Somebody asked the question, because there was some back and forth about really how valuable is Aleem McNeil to this defense. And somebody posed the question. They said, is Aleem McNeil more valuable this year to this defense than Aiden Hutchinson right now? And I thought about that for a minute. I'm still thinking about that, to let you know. But that, and I'm not looking to get into that debate right now. I'm not doing that for that. What I'm doing with this is I just want to paint a picture, because I still believe Aleem McNeil gets slept on a little bit.
I think he does, and the biggest thing that I look to is durability. And for the most part, Aleem McNeil is out there for most plays, right, Neil? Like, yes. He's so, to me, I think that without answering that question, because I think they both bring something, but I think he does get slept on. Now, here's the whole thing: how healthy is Bugs? Because he hasn't been. So who's going to fill that void in the middle? And sometimes with your defensive tackle, and it seems like a lot of other guys around the league, especially if you wear a Philadelphia jersey, get a lot more rub. But I think that the job that Aleem McNeil has done so far sort of gets passed over, because it's more.
It's the nature of the position.
It's the grind line stuff. Yeah. It's the grind line stuff. But again, we'll see how do they bounce back. We've seen Bugs, we've seen Bohanna, we've seen them, make different plays, but it's the consistency of being there down after down, right? Like, if you look at the snaps that McNeil's taken this year, that's why that question, right, is more legit. And the fact that you don't just go, answer right away with Hutch or anything like that, it's a good question.
You, yeah.
And it also tells you it's by committee. They're not individual, and even the best individuals around the league, right? And you go to the Aaron Donalds and the TJ, Watts and the Boses and stuff like this. They have help, so they got to help each other. So, Yeah. But you know what I immediately think? You're pushing and pulling both. Like
Yep.
it immediately goes to the can we say the pivot points, the middle, the base of the defense and the base of the offense. You're missing both of them. I mean, it's a question mark. I think it's bigger because these two guys on the offense and the defense are sort of starting in the middle until we know what the replacements is going to be.
Yeah, and I worry about Ragnow a lot. Just the way it looked, his body language, all
But
that
I
stuff.
don't worry about them adjusting as much offensively, no matter who's playing that offensive line with the week
See,
to work.
I do.
So no. Right now, see, I don't with the week to work in game, yes. But right now, because they've proven to me in the past they can do it by committee. Now I don't want them down, but the question mark more is to the defense as it's been all year. Right, I think Ben Johnson, they'll figure a way around it going into Chicago. Now, if it lingers and he misses more games than that, it can become a problem because when you're going to face some of the better teams in the league, you're going to need him for sure. You're going to need all of them. But to me, I'm more worried about what they're going to do defensively because, again, this comes to pressure that we haven't got. How are we going to stop, this week? I'm looking at this week, just win a game, a mobile quarterback. So...
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Jump into there. Get your thoughts out there. And Catspot. Neal talks up Sewell every show, but Ragnow is more important than Sewell. And Cats, I would disagree with that. Obviously, I would disagree with that. And it's more than just is Frank Ragnow. And I'll give you this. I will say right now that Frank Ragnow is 1 or 2 as far as centers go in the game of football. I would say that. So if you want to get granular on it and go flannel on it and say, well, he's the first best center and Sewell's the third best tackle or whatever. If you want to get granular like that, fine. But I would say the tackle position's more valuable as a whole. But I'm not here to do that right now, Catspot. And I would also say this about Sewell. And you've heard me say this before, so you know this isn't just bullshit. This is true. Penei Sewell, what he brought when he walked in the door. And how rare that is what he did.
Dog.
Coming in as a rookie from minute 1 in his, second game going up against Nick Bosa and going face mask to face mask and saying, look, man, I know punk, bro. That's... How often do you see that in sports, DMac? A rookie in his second game goes nose to nose against a superstar in a league and says, I'm not that guy, bud.
No, I mean, when you're built differently or built like that.
Because he's built differently.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, it's, to me, they're just as important in different ways, right? You don't have to choose one. But again, I'm confident in the offensive line because they've proven it before by committee. The game plan. So the thing that bothers me, though, Neal, that you asked right at the beginning, anybody hear about Ragnow's injury? Anybody hear? And the fact that we're not hearing anything, doesn't that...
Yeah, and I just go back to it, DMac, again on Thanksgiving. We saw some holes with that second unit, and to be fair, look, it was interesting checking out a little bit of the morning show. I was doing some clerical work, some office. I'm a president now, so I have to sign bills and sign laws and speak to children and do photo ops and things like that. I'm a sitting president, DMac. Every minute of the day is filled. But I was tapping into the morning Woodward show a little bit, and they were having the discussion about just in terms of offensive line and that issue, the things that they're going through right now. And my mind just kept going back to Thursday's game, right, where Sorsdahl was in there, and it was rough. And in any league, in any sport, your second unit for a reason. Because it ain't as good as your first unit. I say ain't for a fact.
And again, you can explain why. It's a rookie who's,
no doubt,
getting put in position because he needs to be called upon.
Kobe Sorsdahl's price today is not his price in 3 years.
It's supposed to look different. If it didn't look different, then
he'd be the starter.
Right.
It's pretty simple. So I get I get a little worried about that.
Well, yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
Of course, when you don't have your all-pro guys playing and you got rookies playing and backing up, but you got to trust in the processes that they're getting to the work. I gotta think. Are we gonna see Broderick Martin? Are we gonna see these guys that we've heard, we've seen and talked about?
Where's old BBB?
Who?
Big Butt Bugs. Where's he at?
Bugs too, right? But we've seen the progress and heard about James Williams and stuff like this. So you know what? We need this progress, and these guys, they got to grow up quick if they want to make this next step. That's what happens. The rookies get brought along and you throw them in the fire, and let's go.
No, absolutely. But, hey, while I may be worried about injuries to Lions' offensive line, I'm not worried about home security.
Absolutely not, because you have Guardian Alarm to watch your back. Let the Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real experts, professional technicians. Take the time to recommend security now to make solutions specific to your needs. But I need you to call Guardian Alarm today. The number, 1-800.
Stay out.
24/7 professional monitoring, call anytime, day or night. No, the Guardian team member will stay on the phone as long as it's needed, but I need you to call the number, 1-800.
Stay out.
Technology backed by people. Yes, real people. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work, and Homo sapiens that have been proven to care. Business, personal, they don't care. They just want you to call Guardian today. The number, 1-800.
Stay out. Stay out of the NHL playoffs, Toronto Maple Leafs. You're just wasting a spot anyway because you'll be gone in the first round. Toronto hasn't won since I've been born. Anyways, Les Stanford, what happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer products to more people. This is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC, the same great service that customers have known to love and trust on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today. Find the brand you want. LesStanford.com. Calling all landscapers. This is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like to landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy zero turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. So register today at OutdoorEquipCo.com, and even you could have DMac on your landscaping crew.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
Neal Rule here for Fairway Packing Company. For over 60 years, 6 decades, Fairway Packing Company's provided Michigan's finest restaurants, casinos, and hotels with choice and prime beef, Wagyu beef, and of course, dry-aged beef as well. Experience the Fairway difference for yourself today. Go to the Grab and Go Steak Shop in Grosse Pointe Woods. Go to the website, fairwaypacking.com. Let me bottom line this for you guys, all right? The greatest ribeyes I've ever had in my life from the Grab and Go Steak Shop in Grosse Pointe Woods. Took them home, seasoned them up, threw them on the grill. They were different. They were just built different, everybody. I'm telling you, Fairway Packing Company. You claim you're grill elite. Not if you're not grilling Fairway Packing meat. You're not. I'm sorry. That's just the fact. So again, fairwaypacking.com. It's Fairway Packing Company. All right, we are running here. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Rule, and DMac, Darren McCarty. New guy Kenny in the booth. Pete Spivak here as well. Apparently they E&E, maybe he violated the dress code or something. I don't know. They sent him down to the minors for a game. On loan? Yeah, you're on loan to second division. All right. It's a little soccer move right there. New guy Kenny as well. They want to send him here and get him straight And then they'll call. Well, your day is coming. They'll call you to the big leagues one day, new guy Kenny.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm trying to get up there with Ermanni and Maz, man.
No doubt.
I can't be down here in the minors, man. I can't be
the best there is, those two. The best there is.
Get in line, because everybody, they're waiting in line to get up there. But, hey, you know what? Welcome. Step on through. Big D Energy on your way there.
Hey,
that's why we're
remember
here.
Us when you're gone.
Yeah, just, a couple waves.
Yeah.
Just from afar. You don't got to, no fist bumps, just like.
Yeah, remember when Ryan leans into the microphone and does his little, I'll say it. J.J. McCarthy is going to be the #1 pick in the NFL draft. He's going to New York for the Heisman ceremony. He does the.
Oh, I know.
I'll say it.
Top 5 Woodward personality impressions. There we go. Give me your top. That'll be the Christmas show.
Yeah, that'll be the Christmas. Hey, be ready for that Christmas show. I gotta. What's the calendar? Real quick, and we're gonna get back to the Lions thing because I have something that I'm gonna be out of character for with the Lions. The 22nd, December 20. Are you in on that Friday, DMac, or not? No. Okay. Good talk. Maybe the 21st.
Friday, are you in?
Maybe December 21st. Then.
Yes.
We'll
Thursday.
do like a. I'm gonna reach out to the Black Santa contingent.
Oh.
Okay.
Terry Foster, a Black Santa insider.
Oh, let's do it on the Thursday.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do it. That'll be the Black Santa show. New guy Kenny, the greatest segment in the history of Woodward sports. Terry Foster comes in, updates us on Black Santa.
Yeah.
Tell us
where
all
he
about
is.
He's real, by the way.
100%.
yeah,
Believe.
no, exactly.
Believe.
Dude, maybe Kenny, you know what? Kenny can come in. Maybe he's got some Black Santa experiences.
Maybe.
also.
Yeah, maybe we can talk.
Absolutely.
I've climbed down a few chimneys in my day, so
All right.
We're all about information here. What do? With new information, we're allowed to change our opinions.
Yes.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, 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 absolutely. But Steven Syra, Black Santa is electric. Certainly he was. Terry and I were talking about Black Santa.
Did you guys have a bourbon yesterday?
We did, as a matter
nice.
of fact. We did. But yeah, we'll wait for it for the holiday issue. The holiday episode of the show, and it will be that was us. We were talking about Black Santa right before this photo was taken, as a matter of
And
fact.
as Mike G said, look at Terry and his vintage Theo Huxtable.
Theo Huxtable. I like it.
I like it too. I'd rock it.
Just kind of wrapping up this Aleem McNeil discussion. Now, I told you guys I'm going to do something a little bit out of character. I was one of the people when they didn't. I love, too, how the Lions' hopes have been pinned to trade deadline to two mythical transactions that maybe were not even available to the Lions. But everybody pins their future of a franchise on the fact they didn't do the Montez Sweat acquisition, who was then given a $100 million contract, which I am lukewarm on. And the other was the Chase Young non-trade that we don't even know if he was really available to the Lions. So I don't freak out about that. Because, again, you tell me, here's your argument, that crowd, your argument. Well, they should have offered more than the third-round pick to get Chase Young. Okay, that's great in a vacuum. Now here's my argument about it. Who traded Chase Young to San Francisco? Martin Mayhew from the Washington Commanders, who came from San Francisco, who got fired by the Detroit Lions. You see where I'm going with this? You don't need to be a detective to figure that one out. To this day, just as maybe convinced as you are that they didn't try to make a play for him, I would say with the same conviction he was never available to the Lions. All right, that being said, the Aleem McNeil thing, D-Mac, when I saw the alert come across my phone, the thing that popped in my head, and I don't usually partake in these reindeer games, but damn it, I'm in for this one, D-Mac. Bring them home. Pick up the phone and start dialing. Make the dreams come true. Bring them home. Bring them back. Call Ndamukong Suh now. Bring them back now.
So, okay.
Get them here now. Get my guy back here. And remember this, no matter how Ndamukong Suh left here, remember this. I talked to somebody within the Lions organization that was there for a very long time when he was there. They had to stop practices and change the drills because Ndamukong Suh was throwing people around. And I know that was a while ago, but if he's available and he's willing, there he is. Make the phone call. Bring him home.
You're 100% right.
Bring him home.
The first question I have for you, Neal.
Bring him home.
Neal, is the bag, do we have financially,
Yes.
we can make that happen?
Bring him home.
So I think that right now, what do we got, 5 games left?
Bring him home.
The fact of what's going down or whatever.
Bring him home.
I think right now, those conversations are going in. Now, what do we know about Suh? Suh ain't doing nothing that Suh don't want to do.
Fair.
Right? So, but the fact is, it's the same thing when you bring up the guys traded for, whether it's Sweat or Young or whatever like this. There was something in the transaction, right, that this regime and Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell didn't like. They weren't their guys. I think you're bringing up a great point, right? Rental player, who a better rental to come back and endear himself. But the bottom line is, you think Ndamukong Suh could do the job in the middle, what you're looking for, especially with the question marks on Lee McNeil and Bugs and Bohannon and whoever's there. Now is the absolute time to kick those tires. But people, just realize, as much as you want him, he might not want to be here. He might be waiting for a San Fran call or a Philly call or somebody, right? So that's half the battle. Right? That's half the battle. But I'm 100% with you, Neal. I'm 100% with you. And you want to say galvanize? Because and am I right or am I wrong in the fact that people don't care how he left? If he wants to be here to this team and Dan Campbell, the organization's different. Seems to me this is more of a Sewell team and a Sewell coach than's ever been here before. So, yeah, I would hope that Brad Holmes is 2-3 weeks, a month ahead of you on this.
Pete Spivak, can we put it on a poll?
Sure.
Bring him home.
Bring him home, baby.
Yes
Bring
or
him
no?
home, Paul.
Bring him home.
Bring
yes
him
or no?
home, Paul, yeah.
Bring him home. And look, DMac, at a baseline, at a ceiling, maybe he rekindles some of the old magic and is a quote-unquote dominant player for 20 snaps. At a floor, he's a body that's a professional that you know is in shape right now. See, it's come full circle with him. He's a monster.
He's a monster.
You said he's a monster.
You want a monster on the inside.
Yes, I do.
You know, something like that. That here's my only thing.
Bring him home.
Is if he wants to be here.
Bring him home.
Right? Because that's the whole thing. He ain't coming if he doesn't want to be here. So if you know that he comes, that he wants to be here, you're going to get the best 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever you can out of him. And I think, right? Isn't this Suh time? This is when Suh picks up his phone, isn't it?
We may be a week early.
Yo. What? 4 games? 4 games left? Okay, I can get myself, games. Yeah, I'll be ready for the playoffs. I think it fits every conversation. And the fact is, at least on your end, I got to believe they're kicking the tires.
I hope so. And I don't pound it. I'm pounding the table for this one.
Is there another Suh out there? Are there other Suhs out there? Right? That's the question.
MD Hill, are you all going to pay the fines the team will be charged for Suh's personal foul penalties?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hey, we talking winning now, guys.
See, I've been waiting for these because there are a couple of them. Kevin S., not worth it. Not worth what? There's no cost of acquisition. The cap space is just sitting there. That little bit of cap space, bring them home. Bring them home. Suh, do you hear me? Ndamukong, can you hear me?
Suh,
come home.
Is it
calling?
You're looking
come
for?
Home.
Please come home tonight.
93, come home. Stomp Jordan Love.
Me and the boys are playing.
In the playoff game. Go for it. Do it. Do it.
Yeah, early on.
Absolutely. Set a tone.
Extra.
That's called setting a tone, right, D-Mac?
Speaking of that, I wanted to ask you, right? The Bruce Irwin play the other day with the flag and stuff like that. Where obviously, like the down and just stuff like this.
It's a soft rule, but it's a rule.
But you don't mind it if you're Dan Campbell and as a coach and the way that happened. I mean, that's sort of, putting your will on the other and knocking Carr out.
Well, people want to talk about it and say like it's crazy and it's bad and stuff like that. Mission accomplished.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Out of the game.
I'm saying at the end of the day, that people are saying, "Oh, that didn't have anything to do with them winning." That had a lot to do with them winning.
Yes,
and
if you're going
to take a 3rd down and 16, 15 yarder, and the result comes like that. I mean, I'm just trying to say there's a different level. That's above the rim. Not saying he intentionally did it and you can't get away with doing that, but it was a good penalty. So if you're taking penalties like that, not late in the game, and I'm not condoning that, but there is a time and a place. You are.
Like the Sioux stuff that people are speaking ill of. See, it's not a coincidence. You remember the Sioux last year here? They had a historic.
Guys, he did not want to be here. The fact that this time around, if he shows up, he wants to be here with a guy I think speaks the same language, dog, as him and Dan Campbell. So the fact that you're going to get a different Sioux. You're not going to get the pouty Sioux. I don't want to be here. I'm gone. It's a job. So yeah, it's a job, and I'm here to do the job. It's like hiring a missionary. It's hiring a mercenary.
A little bit different, two different results there, DMac. Oh man, we blew past the break here. Real quick, Super Saiyan Lions. Hell yes, he did. It did. Irvin saved the day with that sack and taking out Carr. I agree. I had no problem. Look, it's a dumb rule, but it is a rule, and they probably don't call it if he tries. We're saying he should
be out of the game and not a penalty.
Right.
That but if you're going to take it, that was a good one.
If you're going to take it, take it, and you should take comfort foods from Big Boy in the winter, because it's always better with comfort foods from Big Boy. That'd be wintertime we're talking about. Try the veal parmesan, the Southern Comfort chicken bowl. More of a breakfast person, they got you covered too. The stuffed potato pancakes are back. The classic lumberjack and Santa Fe garden omelets as well. Also the new apple pie hotcakes that DMac certainly will get, and he'll finish it off with an all-new gingerbread shake for dessert. And he'll start with one too. Stop by your local Big Boy today. It's Down Home Comfort Foods.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists, and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot off the press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Would you like to win a $100,000 Vegas getaway? Take your friends and live it up in the city that never sleeps. It's the Cintron Energy. Drink it and live it. Purchase a 24-pack today and enter to win. Register at drinkcintron.com/Vegas and buy Cintron at your local Meijer store. Cintron, the healthier energy drink with great taste. Look good, feel great, and be the best version of yourself with Cintron. drinkcintron.com/Vegas.
I bid $1, Pete. When do I get to spin the wheel?
Doesn't the exact bidder get like a $100 bill or something like that?
I believe, and a kiss on the cheek from Bob Barker. Yes.
Ooh, better than Richard Dawson's on the list.
Allegedly. Yeah, allegedly.
Oh, thank you.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Just talking about the Indomitian Sioux stuff. Dirty Dr. D, come home, Sioux. Sir James says, bring Jerry Ball home. If Jerry Ball is still with us, I don't know that he is. I hope that he is. Jerry Ball, low-key, was very, very good, man. Very, very good. Someone asked about the cap space situation for Sue. They said we don't have the cap space. We have $3.2 million in cap space right now. So I very much think Ndamukong Suh is down to roll with $200,000 a game. Right? I mean, I think that he would be. So, or that, whatever your number is, $400,000 a game, whatever your number is. I think that's in the budget. So, Wyatt Bear. Oh, by the way, the WoodwardSports.com poll. Bring Sue home, yay or nay? 83% of you said yeah. I'm surprised it was 17 said no. Wyatt Bear. Pete sounds like a Rick and Morty TV commercial. Hey, in the chat, tell me what Pete Spivak's Citron Reed sounds like. Just drop them in the chat.
Dude, that is so true, dude. You got a little bit of Rick going right now, dude. I'm a big Rick and Morty guy.
I'm a radio guy by trade, so it just happens to be that, I speak the way I speak. Good old Specs Howard with the training.
Yes. Tony D. DMac is totally correct, and I remember Sue hated Detroit. He couldn't wait to get out of here. I personally think that these vets and their age is irrelevant for now. Future is for now. Future, yeah, maybe a bad idea. Tony D, let's set the record straight. I get where D-Mac's going, and I know what he means. Sue didn't care where he went next. It's not that he, quote-unquote, hated being here, because that man on that podium, after they got jobbed out of that Dallas game, and also, by the way, his performance where he was an all-pro here for Detroit, suggested that he did not, quote, hate it here. You know where he was going? Wherever he got the most money.
Right, and it wasn't
That's
here.
where he was going.
But it wasn't here.
It wasn't here.
So he always made it a point, and you asked Terry Foster, who was locked in with his sister, that he was never resigning here.
Because they were never going to pay him.
Because the money and everything else. Whatever. Ndamukong Suh is number one. He's more about the bag than you are.
100% he is.
Than you are. He is the bag man that I always would. So that's why it was always up. So both things can be true.
Yeah. Like I'll give you an example of why he's more about the bag than me. If DMac said, "Hey Neal, I want you to stay here," I would stay here. If DMac asked me, I would stay here. If Ndamukong Suh worked with DMac and DMac said, "Hey, Sue, stay here," he'd be like, "Nah, bro, I'm good. I'm going to Miami."
Where are we going, bud?
Yeah.
Hey, can I come too?
No, but that's a difference though. And he was always going to go to Miami. And why was he going to go there, DMac? A, they were going to pay him a little bit more money, and B, that money goes further because he doesn't have to pay taxes in Florida.
Because sales tax, and at the end of the day, what check he's going to get, and so that's the question: is $200,000 a game enough for Ndamukong Suh to play 4 or 5 games?
We'll see.
Well, you're saying it is. We'll see, right? Because that's what it comes down to: gun for hire.
Paul Thomas, our final offer to Sue was very competitive. It wasn't as much as Miami, and he doesn't have to pay state income tax in Miami. So it wasn't competitive.
That's a big. That's
it was
a
about
big deal for
15% more.
When we started getting taxed every state you play in, and you got to file everything, this means something where your home base is.
No doubt. No, if half the games you play tax free. Plus another
6%
couple.
6% on $10 million is a lot.
Like 10%, 12%. You know, like it's up there. And when you're making $120 million, 10% of that's $12 million. You see where I'm going here, man? And I don't. You know what? I don't even care about that. We're past that now. We're not some broke dick franchise anymore now. They're 9-3. I know a lot of you don't act like it right now that it's over, OVA, but it's not, number one. And number two, it's funny, everyone wants to fit their narrative, right? They're like, Chase Young, who maybe never was available. And maybe Sue's not available. But Chase Young, who maybe was never available, everyone wants to pound the table about that. But when it's somebody they might not like, then it's different.
I got to believe that Sue's as available as he's ever been available to the Detroit Red Wings on a rebound, because look at what he does. Where did he go? His last few contracts. Tampa for a championship, Philly for a championship. So if he eyeballs Detroit, right, and the money's right, why wouldn't it work?
Yep. And there's this too, and this is a good point by Catspot, because I know this to be true as well. I won't say who I know this to be true from, but Catspot says Detroit lowball Sue with their original offer and only raised the offer after Miami got involved. And that is true, and that is the way they operated as a franchise. I know you watched the Barry documentary, right? ... So, and again, that's been the franchise MO, but it's different now. As DMac said, different ownership, different way of doing things. And oh, by the way, too, I think we're underestimating this. The stakes are different now.
That's what I'm saying. You got a chance to. Where does Sue go? He goes to teams that win. You have that team now. You're in a different conversation. That's why you could step to the table to his agent.
Yes. But yeah, so that's out there. Bring them home. I guess just bring them home, please. I'm pounding the table for this one. Plus, I love Sue. I collect a little bit of memorabilia. One of the favorite pictures I have is Sue. It's an autograph of Sue. It's a 16 by 20 picture of him with Tom Brady by the jersey in the Thanksgiving Day. It's awesome. I love that picture, man. Bring him home. Bring him home. So, it's to the point right now with the injury to Aleem McNeil. I have a pass rush question when we come back, and I want to have the discussion, and it's going to be civil until it's not. So it'll probably be civil for about a minute and a half, and then everyone will kind of change their tone, and away we'll go. Tell them about Swiss Insurance.
Absolutely. Football on the brain, college, professional sports, right in the heart of it. Also the perfect time to shop for home and auto insurance. Why don't you shop it like a pro with Swiss Insurance? They cover Woodward Sports Network. They should be covering you too. Give our buddy Mark a call. Swiss Insurance today, 248-800-4177, or go to SwissINS.com.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th.
Join now at any Metro Detroit location. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Gabby is a college student struggling to study for her big exam. Then she discovered Syntron, a healthy way for her to stay awake and focus. Jennifer frequently has chaotic days like this until she gets online, orders some Syntron, and finds her groove. April visited her local grocery store, purchased a case of Syntron, and entered to win the Syntron 100K Vegas giveaway. Pick up your case of Syntron today at any Meijer location or visit drinksyntron.com/Vegas and enter for the 100K Vegas giveaway.
Neal Rule here for woodwardsports.com/shop. You tired of the same old Detroit sports wearables? That Stoke Not Scared t-shirt should be at the front of your closet. Order a couple of them so you have them in the rotation. It's hoodie season. We're right in the middle of it. It's beanie season. Big Mike Gentry's got a hoodie on. New guy Kenny's got the beanie on. Let's go, everybody. woodwardsports.com/shop. Baseball, football, basketball, hockey. There's a Woodward Sports golf line as well, and it's all there for you. Stop with the Kroger Detroit sports shirts, by the way. Step your game up. Go to woodwardsports.com/ I don't care if they're 30% off with your Kroger card. This is better quality. It's more funny to look at. All of it. woodwardsports.com/shop. What? You see them when you walk in there. It's on the rack.
Yeah, man, they come in handy.
No, the Kroger card is strong, yes. But I'm not getting my Lion shirt from Kroger because it's 30%, buy one, get one, 50% off with your Kroger card. I'm not doing it. But if I did do it, when I get back in the parking lot, I would walk the extra 20 feet and put the card in the cart corral. Every time I would do that, just so you know.
That's a tell on society.
Yep, absolutely. It's the ultimate judge of character. There is no reward for doing it, and there's no penalty for not doing it.
God's watching.
If I were hiring people, I would see what they do in a parking lot at a grocery store.
That's the test.
That's the test for me.
So the ultimate test is to take somebody on the golf course and then stop at the grocery store after to see if they put the cart away. Because, you really find out something about somebody on the golf course and with the shopping cart.
That is it. That is absolutely it.
To know.
Second hour here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Rule, Darren McCarty, new guy Kenny Pete Spivak. There's the photo right there, yes, of Ndamukong Suh just pulling Tom Brady down by the jersey. I love that photo. Love that photo. Look at those arms, by the way, D-Mac. You want those problems?
No thanks. I used to have problems like that.
Look at the thighs,
big.
Dude.
I know. look at the focus. You can see his face, but sorry, Tom. It looks like a lion. You know what I mean? Attacking his prey, mauling his prey.
I'm redirecting you to the ground, Mr. Brady.
Yep.
And there's not really much you can do about it. D-Mac, they had to stop practices because he was ragdolling people. A first-round offensive lineman ragdolled him.
I get it.
You ever have to stop?
You think
a practice?
Do you think that would happen in Dan Campbell's world? I don't.
No.
Not today's day and age. I think you got dogs. I'd like to bring the biggest thing is because if Ndamukong Suh shows up in the Lions, he wants to be here, right? That means I got to think that the knowledge and whatever for the short time that he'd be here, how could it not help with experience? Like you always say, I'm not looking for this guy to raise my kids.
No.
I'm looking at him to
be good between those four lines.
To get to the quarterback and stop the run game.
Yep, absolutely. Tony, Neal, great take on the shopping cart. The downfall of America is a lack of respect and not caring about a simple thing like shopping cart being put back in its place. Tony, it's pretty simple. If you don't put the shopping cart back, you're a dick. Period, end of story. And you'll never change my mind. It is baseline that simple. You value yourself more than everybody else. You think you're more important than everybody else. You're a dick. Bottom line. So we've had that show before in the past. D-Mac, I had a question about the pass rush. One funky Lions fan. I never seen Suh crying on the sideline. He did in the press conference after the playoff game, though.
Here, address this, Neal.
Yes.
Right, and here's the difference, cats. Right, so Darren and Neal are contradicting themselves. They're talking up Suh at the draft class, but they didn't go and draft Jalen Carter. They don't want Suh problems. They don't want to have somebody in the organization that they got to nurture. This is a mercenary coming in for a very short period of time that's not going to affect, no matter what you got building from the inside out. You just don't like the fact that Jalen Carter isn't their guy. If Jalen Carter had the career that Suh did and the Detroit's in this playoff and you substitute Jalen Carter for Ndamukong Suh, we're having the same conversation. Are we not? If he's got the same stats. You're talking about bringing in a guy for 4, 5, 6 games to take you over the edge, not part of building your initial culture because you don't want that. That's the difference. Did I explain that?
Yes.
You don't want those problems. You already had those problems. This isn't a problem when you're bringing them in a veteran for a reason. It's different.
Well said. Well said. WoodwardSports.com chat thread, and the people are jumping in there. Jake says cart returner is one of the only jobs in the grocery store hasn't replaced with a computer though, so it does add job security. LOL. Yeah, but Jake, if you don't put it back, you're being a dick. You can't get around that.
Europe, I believe seriously in Europe, you have to pay like whatever their denomination of a quarter, whatever country is, to actually get the cart, and then you get your money back when you return the cart.
Used to be like that in Canada with the quarter.
Yeah,
so you had the slugs, and then you've got to plug it in to
Is
the
it all
key,
like
and
that?
the key pops.
See, that devalues it because now there's a monetary reward.
No,
I like
get
it the way it is.
Right, exactly.
It's on you.
And if you can't,
either you're a dick or you're not.
Take the cart or the one that's sitting in the empty parking spot and move it over there. To the person that's working that has to come out and drag them all, you're just doing them a small favor. Here's the corral, bud. How tough is that? And especially because half these guys, especially in Michigan now in the weather, that they're outside and it's snowing and they got to wipe the carts off and stuff. Just give a little back. And if you're going to argue anything to that fact, you're an asshole. That's it.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Sandy says, Sue, are you listening to this? It's the president speaking. Yes, it is. I will declare a national emergency.
Oh, my gosh. We already know your campaign to bring DeBrincat home. If you can make this Sue thing happen, dude, holy
I will use every available power, every power that's available to me as your Detroit sports media president.
You heard it
I will
here.
use it all.
You heard it here.
God,
wow.
if I can pull this one off, too.
It's
they might have to rewrite
the
the re-election rules. Lifetime presidency.
I mean, if they were gonna.
Yeah.
I mean, at least have to have the conversation.
Question about the pass rush, right? Now, Aleem McNeil, and I wasn't going to get granular with it about McNeil versus Hutch, who's more valuable. I'm not doing that. Maybe we can do that later if we're desperate for content or something like that. The pass rush, DMac. They can't afford. I will say this: they can't afford anything else, man. They can't. And look, I've been pretty consistent with this, and I know the double team, triple team crowd will be out there, but it's time now. It's time for Hutch to step up. It's time for the rest of this group to step up. And if he needs help, then people got to step up and help him. And then by default on that, he's got to step up and do it now. And there's a huge test this week, obviously, against Justin Fields. Now, look, I am not going to do what Lions fans have done the last 3 weeks and attach a style clause to a win. We're in guys, I made this speech when the calendar flipped to December. We are in December, and I know it's been a long time in this town since we've seen this before, where there's a championship chase going on in football. Style points are out the door. There's 2 outcomes, W's and L's, and that's it. If it's a point, if it's a field goal, if it's 8 points, all I know is this, DMac. You survive this Sunday somehow, some way. You're down Ragnow. You're down McNeil. Survive somehow, man. And whoever's got to step up to do it, step up to do it.
December football. You got to find a way. And whatever that way is, what do good teams, what do teams that championship quality teams is they get better. They progress. So they got to find a way. And at the end, find a way to win, and then find a way to get pressure, right? The elephant in the room ain't an elephant in the room. We all know it. We're all waiting. So however that is, what do we always say? Number one ability is availability. So next man up. And so far this year, you got to give Detroit Lions props because next man up mentality and what they've done it. They've done it. Hence, the record is what it is because they're able to go out there at the end of the day and maybe not win stylistically, but win.
Yeah, and speaking of stylistically, it's time. It's time for the people around that defensive line to step up. It's time now, DMac. It just is. Double teams, triple teams, whatever it is. It's time to step up, man. And yes, by default, you're talking about Aiden Hutchinson. Am I out of line here?
No, because he's your catalyst. But again, if you're part of that defensive line, if you're whatever, this is on you too.
Yes, it is.
It's by committee. It's by committee. And even all the greats have help, right? They may be able to shock and awe for play here or there, but the success is because of it's a unity. And that's what we need, no matter who's in.
WoodwardSports.com chat room. Tony D, I'm leaving the show because Neal trolled my take and made it sound bad. F you, Neal. Well, Tony, I thought I made it pretty clear that I was stepping into like an exclusionary thought at the end after I read it. So I apologize if that's the way that you took it. But then B, you don't have to announce you're leaving, man. This isn't gate F6 at Metro Airport. You can just go. You know,
if that's what you got to do on the bottom line, I mean, that's not here. If you have to excuse yourself.
And Tony, you are a valued member of the show. You've been around the show for a long time. I value your contributions, man. Like, I value Kat's contributions as much as people don't like it. I do, and I value you, Tony. So I just want that out there. But go if you must. You know, we'll press on. But yeah, just kind of wrapping up that thought. You know, the Hutchinson thing. Woodward Sports, come back, Tony. Tony, no, don't leave. Don't leave. Come back. Come back. Don't leave me. Come back.
Shane.
Hoof-hearted.
Shane.
Brandon Katz refuses to walk single file on a crowded sidewalk. You think Katzbot puts his cart back? He probably hides behind it's somebody's job to do that. I don't want to take his job.
He looks to see if somebody's watching.
Yeah.
If nobody's watching, hell no. But if somebody's watching, yeah.
Tony D, I forgive you, Neal. All right, Tony. Good to see we're back in good graces.
Like it. I like it.
Buckle up, everybody. Buckle up. No, but again, no, just going back to it. Like this whole Aiden Hutchinson, and I saw a couple people talking about this whole Aiden Hutchinson double, triple team thing. It really sounds like he needs a lot of help, right?
Well, if he's getting double, triple team, that means somebody else is one-on-one.
So he needs
a pro.
So he needs like everything around him to be right.
No, he needs
in order for him to be good.
But I don't know if Aaron Donald's getting tripled, then Ogletree's usually coming around the one side, causing havoc. Or there's other guys on this team. I mean, doesn't that come to Aaron Glenn with help? Does it come down to your defensive coordinator scheming? As much as you want to say as great as like the T.J. Watts and the Nick Bosa's are, they get schemed properly.
All right, Catspot. Thanks, man. I needed something to take 30 seconds before we cut to the break, so thank you for giving me this. Catspot. Neal refuses to criticize Holmes. Catspot. I've been a Lions fan since I can remember. Look at Brad Holmes' drafts and look at every other draft in the history of this franchise. Yeah, forgive me, Catspot, if I'm not going to criticize Brad Holmes because he's done something that's never been done by this organization. Ever, never been done, Catspot. Yeah, that's why I don't criticize the man, because he produces, because he's got results. That's why I don't criticize him. It's very simple in this business, Catspot. When you sit here and you're on this microphone, if you do good things, we're complimentary. If you do bad things, you get criticized. That's the way this works. He's done things we've never seen before, Catspot. Come on, bro. We've never walked in this air before. Like, come on, man. What are we talking about? And this even goes into the whole Lions, they stink now at 9-3. There's a segment of that to this. Like, what are we talking about, man? How many games have they won on the road where they've quote unquote blown the team, double-digit wins on the road? Covered the spread last week against us. What do you people want? They're 9-3 for the first time since the 60s. What do you want? What's a success? I'll wait. I'll hang up and listen, Catspot. What are we talking about here? What's wrong with you people? For real. This isn't being a slappy. They're 9-3.
Just yell at Brandon. What's wrong with you? We don't know.
No, there's a segment of those people out there. And you see them. You see them week to week. That wasn't an impressive win. That wasn't a statement win.
Sorry, Neal. I guess because they're irrelevant, right? I don't see that because it's idiocracy. You're gonna criticize when it's time to criticize, but right now, the track record. You mentioned the fact that this team goes on the road. This team's probably a better road team than they are a home team right now, which is ridiculous. They couldn't win a home game a year and a half or a road game a year ago. Right? The confidence, so whatever. People just, in society, people just want to bitch. Right? And that's where it's at. Because they're absolutely wrong. It's the same thing as criticizing Steve Eisman. Go fucking
and you're right.
Fly a kite.
The Lions are 4-2 at home and 5-1 on the road. I'll never understand it. Woodwardsports.com chat thread 14 grit. Neal, I rant rule. Yeah, against stupidity. 14. I rant against stupidity. Look at what he took over. His highest paid player a couple years ago was Trey Flowers, and he wasn't on the team. They cut him. Trey Flowers, Jamie Collins, $20 million of cap space. We're on the team. And 2 years later, you're 9-3. You're the number 2 seed in the NFC. Guys, I'll never understand it. All right, top 5. When we come back, it is that time. It's time for the top 5 list. Sorry, yeah, the president has spoken. Sorry that it was like that, everybody. But I'm not sorry that Planet Fitness is the best gym in the gym game. I'm not sorry because I'm a Black Card member there. $24.99 a month. I get access to over 2,400 Planet Fitnesses around the world. There's over 50 in Metro Detroit alone. If you're a person that just has the same one you go to, one club that's in your neighborhood, $1 down, $10 a month, boom, you are in there. I've done everything I've wanted to do from a fitness goal perspective through Planet Fitness. They have it all, the cardio equipment, the weights, the 30-minute circuit if you're pressed for time. It's all there for you. If some idiot's on there running 8 miles on the treadmill and he's on there for an hour, it doesn't matter. They have an army of treadmills in there. You can go get your work in, take a shower in the clean facilities, clean locker room, and go about your day. Pull in the parking lot, join there, go to planetfitness.com. It's Planet Fitness, Darren McCarty.
Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Yay, yay!
Savor the heart of home at Big Boy with our all-new down-home comfort dishes. Feast on home-style goodness with our Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl, veal parmigiana, and apple pie hotcakes. The down-home delight doesn't stop there. Potato pancakes are back. Dive into the richness of our perfectly crafted potatoes with our classic potato pancakes and our stuffed potato pancakes. Top off your meal with our new gingerbread shake, a seamless blend of creamy vanilla and sweet gingerbread flavors. Nothing beats the comforting taste of down-home cooking. Enjoy every bite, only at Big Boy.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Let's talk about Outdoor Equip Co., official equipment provider of Woodward Sports, Michigan grown, family-owned, bad boy motors, tractor, steel, handhelds, even weed whippers, Liberty trailers, Generac generators. The weather's changing, folks, so make sure you get your Snow X plows and your salters. Outdoor Equip Co. has it all. You can buy it, rent it, zero. Yes, 0% financing, delivery to your doorstep. Contact them today, OutdoorEquipCo.com. Tell them Big D Energy we sent you.
Keeping it pushing, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Rule and Darren McCarty. New guy Kenny here, Pete Spivak, Mike Gentry's in the house. It is that time. Brandon said, Neal issues on Hutchinson every week because he refuses to criticize Holmes for doing nothing to improve the Lions' defensive line. All right, Catspot, then let me say this to you then. So Hutch needs help, right? Aren't you critical of Jared Goff all the time, Catspot? Oh, Goff's not the guy. Goff's not the quarterback. But Hutch seems like he needs a lot of things to go right in order for him to be good. Is that fair? That's what you're telling me, right? He needs help. He needs help. Oh, Goff can't do it unless everything's right there. He doesn't have St. Brown. If he didn't have an offensive line. You're saying the same thing. But that's what you're choosing to do. When it's Goff, it's a problem. When it's Hutch, he needs help. Sounds similar to me, man. Right? No, my thing with Hutch is go be the number 2 pick. Have more than 1 sack in 7 weeks. I've got multiple examples of Goff playing well. Hutch has 1 sack in 7 weeks. I'm not ishing on him. I need more. And if you did a poll right... Hey, Pete, can we do that poll real quick? Do you need more from Aiden Hutchinson? Yes or no? Let me see what the numbers are going to be. I have a feeling I know what the numbers are going to be on this one. Do you need more? Is that DMac? You're the minister of accountability. Am I being fair?
Yes. Yes,
Thank
you're being fair because he's your guy. You know, it's like going to, if we're talking about Cade Cunningham or, you know, DeBrincat not scoring.
Larkin's my example, DMac.
Larkin, right? Exactly. You have to find a way. Now, you need help. You can't do it alone. And what is the telling is either Aaron Glenn's schemes, which we've talked about before, where his adjustments, they haven't made it soon enough. But somebody else has to prove if he's getting double teamed or triple teamed. Somebody else has to make plays to help him out, right? To help him out. Once other guys make plays, it takes more of the attention off. The question is, Neal, do you think that from what you've seen in the last, for the season, do teams offensively game plan against Aiden Hutchinson?
Sure.
Do they? Other teams, right? They know where he is. Why?
Just like they do against Jared Goff.
Well, the same thing, but it's just you mentioned Goff. Goff needs the protection up front. He needs the Amon-Ra St. Brown. He needs the receivers. He needs the backfield. He needs everything to be successful. Hutchinson's a lot of the same way. But the minute somebody else steps up, right? Where's Charles Harris? Where's Zaquaras? Where's, we're waiting on James Houston, who was the savior last year, right? But is that guy coming? And if not, how are we going to scheme, Hutch the availability? It's not the effort.
No, I've never said that.
No, I know. That's why it can be fixed. To me, it's more scheme, and it's more using the guys around him to his advantage. That's what I see for the Boses and the Watts and the Aaron Donalds, them being put in the best possible position to use their athletic ability. Right? That's what we see. Schemes. How many times do you see these guys scheme open in a cross and a stunt and this and that? You see it all the time.
How many times you see Jared Goff drop it in there on 3rd and 7 with under 2 minutes to go with the game hanging in the balance and hit Laporta in the effing chest, drop it in a shoebox? Right. How many times you see it? I saw it just last Sunday.
And you saw and what happened around Jared Goff? Is he even at the last of the Josh Reynolds where he had to step up and show that he was afforded that opportunity to make the play?
So that's it. So that's kind of my question about it. Do we need more from Aiden Hutchinson? 67% of you say yes. 77% of you say yes. So 85% of you say yes. So then I think it's fair. I think we're on to something there. Andrew Klingerman, last time I checked, Neal, Hutch led the NFL in pressure win rate, Neal. Yeah, well, last time I checked, Kayvon Thibodeau's got double the amount of sacks he does. So, I can have, if you can have fun with the numbers, I get to have fun with the numbers too. That's all I say, guys. I don't think it's unfair for me to say I need more. And most of you agree. So that's out there. 85% of you agree, as a matter of fact. So we got more here on the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Ricky, Lions fans are uncomfortable with success. You know what? Ricky's right.
No, 100%.
Ricky with probably the wisest comment in the history of the WoodwardSports.com chat thread.
Because it's new.
And I'm not going to lie.
You meant, what did you say earlier? 9-3. You haven't been 9-3 since what? The 60s.
Since before
How many
Vietnam.
people? I'm born in the 70s. Right? How many people weren't even born? Take that into consideration. We don't know how to act. You don't know how to act. That's what it is. Man, you're going out with a hot chick, right? And you just realize that are you overachieving? I don't think so. I think that you're finding your norm.
What was that, 1963? Was that the last time? 62. Hawaii had been a state for 3 years.
Jesus.
The last time they were 9-3.
Maz was like 40.
Yeah. Maz got his first gray hair.
Damn. Think about that. So we don't know how to act. This is new. So if we just admit it, then that's cool. Right?
Man.
It's a process. That's reality.
Hot
chick from the post, Mike G. You betcha. That's all there was back in the day. It was dark in there. There's no windows. I mean, they're all hot.
We do, man. You're right. We don't. We are scared. We don't know how to handle it.
There it is. Put it right there and then go from there. We don't know how to act.
Ricky, Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame comment right there, Ricky. I haven't noticed you in here before, man. Appreciate you, by the way. Especially if you're going to contribute like that. I love it, man.
Ricky, one comment, Hall of Famer. Cats, 8,477 comments. Still working on it.
One funky Lions fan. I find it's funny that Romeo can beat a double team for a sack, but Hutch isn't supposed to be able to. Oh, Hutch was on the sideline when Romeo beat that double. That's funny, right? Hey, one funky Lions fan, don't be pointing out things that you saw. Don't be pointing out things that are factual. Mike G says, Maz bet on Seabiscuit.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably still got the ticket stub.
Yeah.
Hey, didn't they, and it's in pencil, right? Because back in the day, the receipt was written in pencil. There wasn't a computer back then.
Man of war, yeah.
I mean, did he make it at the window or did he book that one, like the numbers back in the day?
Did he bet on it in Jersey or was he at the track?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You had to be at the track back then.
That's no off-track betting for him.
No, wait, he might have heard off-track radio, OTR. OTR back in the day. Paz was telling me about that. Sitting around listening to the...
Steve-O baby. So Neal wins the parade. You're happy the Lions are 9-3, right? Well, I mean, seeing as it hasn't happened since 1962, yeah, Steve-O baby. I'm a little. See, I think that you guys don't fully understand the mud. Like the mud. That'd be like being upset. You mentioned it too. Like somebody earlier talked about Brad Holmes and Steve Eisman. Hey, they haven't won a playoff game. You assume that they started at level ground. They started this thing below ground. He started this thing with Trey Flowers and Jamie Collins for $20 million, not on the roster. That's what he started below zero. Like, you got to fight to get. It'd be like being mad he hasn't breathed. You know what I'm saying? He had to fight his way out of the grave. He was 6 feet under to start, man. Like, if you can't understand that, dude, I can't help you. All right, when we come back, top 5 list, I promise. Top 5 months. We do a top 5 because we only be half as boring as the morning show. They do a top 10 list. They go on for 36 minutes about it. So we'll do a top 5 just because the morning show says that it's okay. Tell them about Premiere.
The chat's ready for this?
We are.
Okay,
Here
very
we go.
good.
Oh, by the way, drop that in the chat thread.
Hey, before you do it, just first say, I'm Pickle Rick.
When it comes to your pet, don't settle. Give your pet the best. Premier Pet Supply is hands down Michigan's best pet store. Family owned and operated for over 30 years. 13 Metro Detroit locations, over 60 brands of food, lowest prices, and curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply, give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com. Also, don't forget to get your pet spayed and neutered.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports. Woodward and Main Street. The Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Just in time for football, Glorious Cannabis is dropping a new ice water bubble hash infused pre-roll called Honolulu Blue. It smells so good. It's like the whiff of the first playoff win in 31 years. A gassy, aggressive strain named in honor of Detroit football. If you haven't had one of these ice water pre-rolls, you're missing out. Trust me, they're so smooth. Spenny finally shared one with me. Find them at Dispo Dispensary for 25% off. Check us out online. www.gloriouscanna2ns.com.
And remember, sharing is caring, everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Rule, Darren McCarty, new guy Kenny here on the audio side, Pete Krupski on the ones and twos, Detroit media legend. Mike Gentry's here too, everybody. So we're chopping it up. What?
He's here too.
And Mike Gentry.
And Mike Gentry. Hoodie Mike Gentry is here in the house. Mike G. Pete's voice could sell ice cubes to Eskimos. What does Pete Krupski sound like reading commercials? I'll take those as we go on as well. It is top 5 time right now. Yes, we are doing it. The top 5 months of the year. We just take one segment, everybody, and step aside from sports and do it here. Now, Spencer Raxter is not here today. Here are his top 5 months ranked. He's got number 1, September, number 2, July, number 3, October. And to be fair, I would think that Spencer would have had October higher given the nature of sports in October, plus it's big man short season. And big man short season really kicks in October.
I thought you were going to say, and Spenny's he's a big man short guy.
Big man short wearing apologist. Number 4, June. Number 5, August. And I could almost see begrudgingly him putting August at number 5 because it is, prime summer here in the state of Michigan. But as a former big man, I can tell you, and Spencer's on his way to being a former big man as well, but I can tell you, August is not kind. Back sweat is real in August. It's real out there, folks.
But he obviously enjoys it a lot more than the cold months.
Absolutely, he does as well. So Spencer Raxter, appreciate your contribution. Steven Syret, Spencer on presidential administrative duties today. No, he's just getting a tattoo. He's getting a 16 on his cheek, right under his eye, like the Birdman.
He's so confident,
like a teardrop from
the
Birdman.
Lions winning the Super Bowl. He said, "Screw it, I'm getting a teardrop today."
Yes. WoodwardSports.com chat thread at D's41. Football, hot summer, 4th of July, Halloween. We'll do holidays later. I guess we could do it. But right now we are doing the months. BMG, you want to go next?
Turn me up.
All right, let's go.
All right. July, obviously. 4th of July, summertime, the best. September, golf. Can't beat it. October, like you said, Neil, and you kind of alluded to, sports. Is it October yet? That's what I'm going with. August,
it is far and away, ironclad, the greatest sports months on the calendar.
100%. And then August, still a little bit warm out. I want to say August is probably like the perfect month for golf because some days on the weekends it's a little bit colder, some days a little bit hotter. But November, number 5.
What?
Thanksgiving and my birthday, obviously, every year. So
that's a personal choice on you.
Yeah, well, Thanksgiving, you got to love it. You get best food of the year and
no obligation to buy gifts.
Yeah.
We've talked about that when we power rank the holidays.
Yeah.
People underrate Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving's legit. And it's my birthday, so you legitimately can't beat it.
All the vibes, but none of the responsibility of Christmas.
100%.
I do love it. DMac, you want to go next, brother?
Sure.
Because you got an interesting one on here.
Well, June, longest days of the year, or whatever like this. Golf is in full effect, and you know what? You're getting 36 in, or you're playing those late rounds. I love June. It's just my favorite month. August to the same way. I enjoy the heat. Right? I mean, ever since I spent a couple summers down in Florida in the heart of it, coming back here, it's easy breezy. So mine are mostly golf themed. Obviously, September, getting into training camp, getting into, the beginning of a lot of different seasons. Stuff sort of matters. But again, the weather is still nice. My big thing is golf. April, because I am a champion. So April and the D really means something. Where we started it means playoffs. It means the reset to the next season, whether it usually was hockey or basketball, the Pistons and stuff like this. Plus, April 1st is my birthday, so a little bit biased there. So it's my birthday month. But that, and then December, snow. I love the snow. If it's going to be cold, it's got to be snow and sort of like around Christmas and stuff like that. And so I love, that's probably my favorite holiday is Christmas. So just,
I would agree
with the colors and stuff like that. So, and it's not January, February, or March here where you really get cold. It's sort of like the comfortable stuff. And if you're going to get a snowstorm, you usually get one.
That is true. Yeah. You do get it. Woodward Sports reaction to the Big Mike Gentry rankings. Dan Wood, very observant. Notice all of BMG months aren't hand-drying, hand-cracking months because he has very soft hands, very soft mitts.
Hand-cracking?
Yeah. Where it's not really dry, where your hands crack. You don't know what that is,
No,
right?
I just wash my hands all the time. They're
that's
even
even
good.
worse.
They don't crack.
That's even worse.
My hands don't crack. These hands don't crack. These mitts.
His mitts are permanently soft. Everybody, he's above your cracked common folk hands. Yeah.
Jeez.
Only peasants have cold cracked hands.
Peasants.
All right.
Imagine.
I'll wrap this thing up top 5 months, everybody. I go in a descending order. So I go to number 5, December. And you guys know my hatred for the cold. And every minute older I get is another minute more that I hate the cold weather. I hate that I'm looking outside right now and it's snowing. I hate it. You guys know how I relish being in the Cayman Islands Thanksgiving week. That is where I've been meant to be. That's where I'm meant to be. 87 every day, 80 at night, every single time. That's what I'm built for. However, the strength of Christmas, as DMac said, New Year's as well, and the holiday season, as I get older, I do appreciate the holidays more also. December makes the cut, which is hard for me to do as much as I hate the weather. But all the other stuff means more. Plus, I get a couple days off, and that's always big time as well. So I really, really enjoy that. I sample the bourbon fare, if you guys know what I mean. Number 4, September. Weather-wise, September probably is the most elite month of the year. You don't get that crippling humidity. Even when it's like 86, the humidity's still low. At night, it'll scrape the upper 50s. Weather-wise, September's the best. Obviously, you start NFL season, all that stuff as well. But it's just that it's such a precursor to winter that it depresses me. It should be higher on the list, but it's what it represents that bothers me. Number 3, June. DMac talked about it. I am all about being that last guy in on the golf course at 9:40 at night on a Friday night.
Oh, hell yeah.
Absolutely.
There's nothing like coming and in the heart, right? You're hitting it at you're getting in at like 10, whatever like this, and then you're hitting and sitting outside maybe on the patio,
have a cigar,
10:30, 10:45. It just hits different walking out of the course at like midnight. You know what I'm saying?
Like, it is absolutely great. I love it.
And on a great warm evening, you just try to soak that in. Those are what some of these crappy days coming up you hold on to.
Absolutely. Number 2, August. And look, it's August, man. It's full-on summer, as BMG talked about. I usually get away with the fam on a vacay during August, which is pretty cool. Week 0 of college football, which I celebrate. A lot of you don't, but I do. I love Week 0. I love college football. And number 1, July. That's what, as DMac said, this is why we do all this here. Like when you look outside and it's snowing right now, I'm just thinking about July. I love me some July. Every night out on the deck, put the TV on, turn the Tigers game on, get pissed that they started 2-9 because now they're playing okay, but it's too late because they buried themselves. I do. I love me some
Let me
July.
just address this to Danny G. He says you're the guy golf course workers hate, Neal. And absolutely not. We're the last group. We will bring the pins in so the ground scoop guy doesn't have to go out and get them, which hence actually we make his job a lot easier. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. I take all the cans and discard of them too, and all the trash and everything. You know why? Because I've done that job before. When I played high school golf, I had the cart job.
I mean, small flex, and I'm being serious, is that if you adhere to it, but if you, like, that sort of thing is like, hey, we'll give us a couple garbage bags, we'll clean up as we come in or stuff like this and dump it off. Dude, you adhere yourself. Takes so much time off. Again, that's the above the rim play to the shopping cart return, but again, if you know, you know.
Yes. Michael Daniel, Neal being president, congratulations. If you could get Sue here, I would be impressed, but please get a left-handed first baseman next. Thank you. Yes, Michael Daniel. I know your affinity for the left-handed first baseman.
Michael, you are consistent, bro.
You are, brother,
we
for
like
real.
that, though. But small flex, Neal doesn't want a left-handed first baseman here. But he does want Sue. I'm just telling him.
I just want my
happen. I'm just saying, when it happens or doesn't happen, you'll know why.
I just want my first baseman to hit 30 home runs and walk a lot. That's all I'm asking for. We have half of one right now.
Neal, what's worse, not returning your cart or not cleaning out your golf cart when you turn it in?
They're the exact same.
All right.
Spiritually, they're the exact same.
I was going to say, you got to be the laziest person to make a mess in your golf cart and then just drop it off and walk away.
Dude,
laziest person, man.
Time out.
What?
Incorrect. Right? If you leave $10 on the thing in a dirty golf cart, whatever, for the guy, you can walk away as far as many times as you want. You don't have the luxury with the shopping cart. The shopping cart is strictly a non-transactional. It's right, but you leave a 10 clipped in there and leave it as messy as you want.
Well, if they clean my clubs, I'm automatically, tossing you something. But I always clean out the golf cart. I will never make someone pick up after my own trash.
Yeah.
Like, pick up my cans and whatever wrappers are in there.
I agree with you.
That you're just a piece of shit.
Plus, too, I always throw them away as I drink them because I don't want any evidence.
Yeah.
No one needs to know but me.
And you can't have the cart looking all messy.
Can't be having that, man. But you can be going to Hamlin Pub. You certainly can be doing that because it's a bar where everybody's a regular. Whether you're having half-off pizza on a Thursday, that's tomorrow, everybody, or the game day specials available during all Michigan sports and NFL games, which there's always Michigan sports going on. Go there tonight. Have them turn on the Oakland game on ESPN+. There you go. That's it. And tell them that's a Michigan sporting event. Give me the game day specials. You can do that because Hamlin Pub is a place for you. 7 Metro Detroit locations. Go to hamlinpubs.com. Find out which one works best for you. Hamlin Pub, where everybody's a regular.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness. Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th.
Join now at any Metro Detroit location. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
Neal Rule here for Feldman Automotive Group. With 18 locations, there's a Feldman dealership in your backyard. Go to feldmanauto.com. Find the location nearest to you. Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, and first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. Catch Woodward Sports Network live from Feldman Chevrolet of Novi every other Monday. I'm dipping my toes in the water. I might be making that switch to the EV. We're talking right now, and I'm doing it at Feldman Chevrolet of Novi. We're coming down the stretch here. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. El Gato in the woodwardsports.com chat thread says, BMG, I need Red Wings tickets. So,
who's that?
El Gato, yeah, take care of that.
All right, maybe we'll get some for Friday to try and give away.
Okay.
All right, we'll try and pull some strings.
All right, cool. Corey Berry on the morning on the morning show. I heard a man sneeze. I think it was JB though. Well, if you heard a man sneeze, you know who it wasn't.
It wasn't me.
The guy with soft mitts. We've been doing this every week as well. It's time. And look, Peaceful Tim, don't be dumb, Neal. Get a gas guzzler. I think I told you guys this before. I'm making the switch. This is the most Neal thing ever. All right? I'm making the switch not because I'm Captain Planet, not because I, quote, want to go green, only because I don't want to go to the gas station anymore and I don't want to get oil changes. That's it.
Going hybrid?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go full EV.
Oh, you're going full EV?
I just want to...
They make a Land Rover EV?
No, they don't. I'm Chevrolet. America, baby.
Oh, America.
Yeah.
Back to your roots.
Back to my roots.
There it is.
Parents worked in the car factories all my life, you know.
Coming full circle.
They're bringing me home.
Bring them home.
Bring them home.
When do you get into that?
I think they said they're coming in at the end of January. So...
All right, well, let me know.
Yep. We're still talking. We're gonna figure it out.
Negotiating.
No, it's got nothing to do with being a tree hugger. None of that stuff, guys. I just don't want to go to the gas station.
Guys. Do you not know? He just told you he doesn't want to get an oil change. He doesn't want to get out of his car to listen to the man when he talks.
I want to get my gas in the garage. Is that fair?
On your time.
On my time, yeah. A lot like Steve Yzerman.
There it is.
I don't do it on your time.
No.
I do it on my time.
Neal's gonna give the car what he wants when he wants to, not when the car wants it.
El Gato says the president has to drive American. I do. I do. I'm the president. Let's clean this one up out there. I've been doing it weekly here on Woodward Sports, and it is time Saturday night after Army-Navy, which I will be in attendance for, Big Mike Gentry, in Boston at Gillette Stadium.
You're back again?
I'm going back this year. Yep, 100%.
Get another picture.
I will.
I want that offensive lineman. Or remember that picture you sent last year about how big this guy's defending you. I don't care if he can block. This guy's defending my country.
You know who he can block? The Nazis. I know
all of them.
All of them. I know that Big Mike Gentry doesn't celebrate the military, but I do. And I'll be out there at Army-Navy in Boston this weekend. I have a get right. We are now, as we said, 52-20 in the get right. I'm giving it to you now because you have to lock it in. Army-Navy over 27.5. The same logic applies as last year when I got you right. 10-10, 13-13. 13-13's a winner. 13-13's a winner, DMac. Over 27.5. Army-Navy. There, I got you right for the weekend. Bradley K. I'll be at Army-Navy as well. My first time going to the game. I'm excited. Oh, that's awesome, Bradley K. I will see you out there. Maybe I'll be at the tailgate. Horse Soldier Bourbon. I don't know if you're familiar with their bourbon. The soldiers from Afghanistan started a bourbon company, distilling company.
That's cool.
I'll be there.
Have you had it?
I have. I had it at the tailgate last year. Let me put it this way. They bring their own barrel of it to the tailgate. It's a barrel. And you get it out. They have a 50 caliber shell that's like that long, that's emptied out.
And you do drinks out of it.
And you it's got a chain, and you dip it in there, and you pull it up, and then you pour your bourbon in your cup, and that's the way you do it.
Oh, how cool.
Tell me how it's not good. Yeah.
Oh.
And they do the full-on grill, pig, all of it, man. It's incredible, man.
You gonna eat with it too? Eat and drink?
100%.
Wow.
Hoof Hearted. This is directed at Mike Gentry. The triple option is undefeated when it matters most. Who do you root for?
No comment.
Who do you root for, Army or Navy?
Neither. I won't watch.
So you love communism. You root for communism.
I just don't watch bad football.
You root for communism and dictatorships. That's if you don't make a choice, you're making a choice.
I'd root for Navy.
Of course you would.
It figures. The people that give the soldiers a ride to the battle. Yeah.
My dad was former Navy, but go on.
my grandfather was. My grandfather was Navy. My father was Army.
That's fair. No, but I probably won't watch. I'll be honest.
But just remember, it's one of the greatest events in sports. Dude.
No, it
You're a
is.
dick.
And it is.
Instead, are you going to go to the grocery store and not put your cart back?
No, I always put my cart back, but I may go to the grocery store. It depends.
Yes.
Be a good way to spend my time.
All right. Anyway, I do have to wrap this up. They give away the Heisman on Saturday night, DMac, after the Army-Navy game, because the Army-Navy game is that important. It's the capper. Nothing changed last weekend. The Oregon-Washington game, Bo Nix, Michael Penix, they were just kind of meh. I mean, as far as that game works, nobody had a blowout game, and so I'm giving my Heisman award to Jaden Daniels. I think they got the graphic wrong on that one because I had Caleb Williams bounced out of it, and I had Malik Neighbors in at the 4 spot, the receiver for LSU.
I had a Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Yes, I did, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
I can't hate, who they have going out to New York.
How many are going to New York? 3 or 4?
I think all 5 of them are going, right?
Oh, are all 5 going?
I believe all 5 of them are going. Not Caleb Williams. Malik Neighbors is going out there as well. We'll get the research department to flip that one up. But, Jaden Daniels, and I'll just sum it up like this, DMac. He did everything passing the football that Bo Nix or Michael Penix did, if not better. And he ran for 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns.
Then add 1,000 yards rushing onto that, and how many touchdowns or whatever. If the Heisman is the best individual player in college football, then I believe you have it correct.
And he was. And the whole winning crowd and everybody like that they lost a couple games, Mike G. Penix has done more. He's done everything Michael Penix did throwing the football. Threw for way more touchdowns. And he ran for 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns. Guys, he's the best player in college football. And save the stuff about they lost 3 games. Tim Tebow lost 3 games. Lamar Jackson lost 3 games. Johnny Football lost 3 games. You see a pattern here? He's far and away the best player in college football, guys. He just is. So, you know, that's what it was for me. I don't think it's much of a debate. I saw in the sports books he's like minus 1,200 or something like that to win the Heisman now. It's pretty crazy. BMG's a resident expert on that. But, you know, I move the markets, DMac.
No, that's what it is. So, and at one point, it'd be interesting to see, you know, where was he at his highest point, right? Early in the season, if somebody was able to get him.
Well, Bo Nix was near 30-1, and that wasn't too long ago. Daniels was around that 20-1 mark.
That's what I'm saying. So good. I mean, do you think Bo Nix is second?
I do. Yeah, I do. People forget too, and they got away with it. And this is my problem with the Heisman, right? Like the people that say, well, he lost 3 games. I'll flip that on its ear and look at Penix's game log the last month. Kind of fell off a little bit, man.
Yeah, it's not as...
Oh, there he is. Ryan Lentz. My guy Ryan Lentz got it right. There it is. So that's my updated... that's my updated Heisman, my final Heisman award.
Hey, by the way, only 4 get to go.
Only 4 get to go.
Yeah.
So they shafted Malik Neighbors in, probably?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Malik Neighbors was great. No one knows, but he was great.
He was good.
Guy, is he in the draft this year?
Who's that?
Malik Neighbors? Does he come out this year or is he a junior?
I can't remember.
I would assume so.
Can't remember if he's a sophomore or not.
Okay.
But if he is, he's coming out.
Well, that's just a name that I don't think, you know, as a lot of people are familiar with.
Right.
So, name to keep an eye on.
I would assume, is Bo Nix going to play in his bowl game? I would not if I were him. I would guess no. If I were Jaden Daniels, I would not play in my bowl game.
A lot of them don't
at
this stage. So.
Caleb Williams already said he's not
That's
playing.
what we were talking about yesterday about Georgia. You know, how many guys are going to sit out that game?
There's no way Brock Bowers plays in that game.
No, and that's not especially after being hurt all year.
Yeah, I would never play in the bowl game. Never, ever. Never, ever. I would never play in the bowl game. Tell them about Lady Jane's, D-Mac.
Absolutely.
I would go to Lady Jane's, however.
Come to Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience and register for a trip of your dreams. All expenses paid. Suite to the 2024 NCAA basketball tourney. That's right. No expenses spared for you in 5-year buds. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men
Neighbors
for an
is a
award-winning
junior.
haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses
And they don't have
paid suite for the
Heisman odds up
2024
anymore,
NCAA
assuming
tournament
they've
for
already
you
given it
and
to
5 of your
Daniel.
best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Winter is here, and if you're dreaming of a new home but feeling the pinch, we've got some fantastic news for you. Mark White and Associates, your trusted real estate experts, are here to help. Here's the deal. When you work with a Mark White and Associates realtor, they'll pay up to $5,000 of your closing costs. That's right. Buying a home just got a whole lot easier. Imagine having an extra $5,000 in your pocket this winter. With years of experience and a commitment to making your dreams a reality, Mark White and Associates are your go-to team for all things Properties Real Estate. This incredible deal won't last forever. Call Mark White and Associates today at 248-290-8242 and let them make your winter home buying dreams come true. Visit their website, markwhitesells.com, or call them at 248-290-8242 to hear the full terms of this offer and begin your home search today. Come on down.
You're the next contestant. You do have some Prices Right vibes to it. Pete Spivak, everybody.
A brand new car.
He'll be here all week. Neal Rule, DMac, new guy Kenny in the house, Mike Gentry, the aforementioned Pete Spivak. Final segment of Big D Energy on a Wednesday. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Wrapping up the poll, by the way, do we need more from Aiden Hutchinson? 79% of you say yes. Mike G. Harrison Jr. made it, but Michigan stuffed his ass. Well, 5 catches for $120 and a touchdown is, quote, stuffing somebody, then yeah, you guys stuffed him. Mike G., it's a player award. Who's the best player? I do think Malik Neighbors was better than Marvin Harrison, though. I know that doesn't hunt around here, but he was. Hoof-hearted. Neal, Tottenham versus Man City. What do you think about the refs bailing out the Spurs? Well, somebody has to bail them out. That's Tottenham. I tried to tell all the Tottenham fans, you should have sold Harry Kane 4 years ago. You'd have got more money. You would have had a better chance. But they didn't want to listen to me. They were, no, you can't sell Harry Kane. That's how Liverpool got good. Right into the eye of the storm, man. Mike G. Pete's voice could sell cars for Melfar Superstar.
Oh. Melfar Superstar's a far better deal.
Shad216. Pete just sold me a vacation home on Jupiter. A timeshare? I could see you doing timeshare commercials. Sir James wants to know, Pete, does the next caller win 2 tickets to the Taylor Swift concert?
Well, only if Travis Kelce is there.
Detroit Dabber 313, I need Pete to do a Kogel Serve the Curve ad. Those are some legendary billboards, aren't they? Serve the Curve. Oh. What do you got, D-Mac? What's going on tonight?
What is going on tonight? Oh, I was mentioning it to you earlier, guys. Don't know if nobody here is watching the Pistons and stuff, but Kool-Aid, our resident Pistons guy, told me that they have a chance to win tonight, and they better win tonight against Memphis because they might not win till Christmas if they don't win tonight. So anybody who's still locked in to the Pistons, they're playing tonight.
It's funny, man, with the Pistons right now. I've never, and look, we talk about this, well, this team needs a win. The Tigers, they need a win tonight. Wings, they need to get a win. No, the Pistons need a win.
More than anything.
More than any team's needed a win in history.
I'll tell you what I'll be locked into tonight, though. 8 o'clock TBS, AEW, Christian Cage versus Edge. Wow.
That's going to be a barn burner.
Long-time partners, long-time friends, right, whatever like this, to have these two in the ring with the history of being out, having to both retire and then come back from injury and stuff, and being best friends, and arguably one of the greatest tables, ladders, and chair matches with the Dudleys and the Hardys. So I'll be locked into that. Any wrestling.
It's for the championship too, right?
What's that?
I think it's for the championship.
It's for Christian's championship.
Yeah.
So, are you a wrestling head?
I am. More WWE, but I do like AEW.
Yeah, so real quick, what are your thoughts on Punk coming back WWE?
I love it, man. It's long overdue.
See, all right. New guy Kenny, explain this to me like I'm a 5-year-old, because I kind of am, right? I was watching the pay-per-view with my son Saturday night, and CM Punk comes out and everybody loses their mind.
Of course.
Why? What's he do? He's not great on the mic. He's not a great wrestler. He comes out there, he's just like in jeans and a t-shirt. Well, explain the love affair.
Well, he's been a very controversial figure. Back in, I think it was 2013, 2014, he walked out on the company and he said some very explosive things on his way out, pretty much exposing the fourth wall, they call it. And yeah, he's been a lightning rod ever.
Promotion, whatever, because he's the voice of the voiceless.
Is he?
Yeah.
And it's carried 10 years. And being away, here's the kicker. Because he was away for so long and no one ever thought that he would come back.
Yeah,
and the fact that
like
he came back with AEW and all the turmoil there. And now no one ever thought he'd come back to WWE because he's sort of hated there. And you see the rivalry.
He said he was.
It's polarizing television, whether you like it or not. What's it all about in wrestling? It doesn't matter. Pop a feeling. positive or negatively, and CM Punk. And God bless TKO, Nick Khan, Triple H, right? The new regime. This wouldn't have happened under Vince McMahon, I don't believe. But they realized the temperature of this is what it wants, and it sells tickets. Because at the end of the day, all it is looking and going, hey, Triple H, hey, you guys want to make a few extra tens of millions of dollars?
Why wouldn't you?
Because this guy is the most polarizing guy in wrestling on the planet.
AEW did it, and mind you, Neil, they fired this guy on his wedding day.
WWE did.
Yeah.
They served him his papers on his wedding day too. So that's why never in wrestling. What do they say? Never say never. And I mean, it's
they
really,
always come back. They always do. But now that Vince is gone, I feel like it's a lot easier for the past talents to come back.
I think things have changed.
Yeah,
and Triple H proven that, and he started proving that with the NXT and the goal there. But it's different. So
yeah,
I'm here for it.
Think of it as the Patricia era moving on to the Dan Campbell era. It's kind of like that in wrestling.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
I just don't get it with CM Punk, and I'll never get it. I'll like
and
obviously
he's the common man. You also
That's
understand though is that it moves whatever needle forward or backward.
No, and I can understand it, like why people like the people that they do, but I never understood it with CM Punk. Never.
He's the everyman. That's why they love him.
Is he?
He did.
Anybody
but
can
he
be
did
CM Punk.
something that was never done, and speaking out and sort of standing his ground, and that's why people adhere to them, especially with AEW, as he was supposed to be the savior there, and the way that things popped off.
Man, it was ugly.
But that's good. Hey, we got 3K, my man. We got 3 minutes of wrestling in here.
Oh, we can get the wrestling talk on any day.
Oh, new guy Kenny.
Hey,
I like this guy.
Savor the flavor, because it ain't gonna happen again.
Nope.
No, I was stunned by the number of people that were in the chat that were on it. So, maybe there's something there. Someone talked real quick too in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. They asked about where was it? It was something about the NBA, something about the Pistons, and said about three-point spacing, and said the Pistons could have used Wembayama a lot right here. Pistons missing 3-point spacing. I still think they'd be under 500 even with Wembayama. By the way, we talk about the Pistons having 2 wins. The Spurs have 3. So he wasn't just magical, mythical being, at least yet so far.
He is the team, is it? Greg Pop is on his last days, if you ask me.
We're on our last moments here. Pete Spivak's telling me, hey, wrap it up. We got to get ready for the 2 o'clock show. Get your ass out of here. Get your ass out of here. Pete, appreciate it, man. Thank you. New guy Kenny, good stuff out of you. BMG. For DMac, I'm Neal Roll. Thanks for tapping in. Big D Energy. Well, see you later.
Good show. And the golden voice of Neal Rule. Sit back and relax. It's time for your daily dose of Big D Energy.
Guys, never